Summertime in the high country is here, and everyone is excited. Welcome to a special edition of Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Emma Tuss.
And I am Matthew Sharp. This is a special episode indeed, as it is our last show as App State students. How do you feel about that, Emma, now that we're graduating?
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
It really
I'm excited, though.
And the summertime is an important time for the mountains of North Carolina for so many reasons.
Not only is it simply stunning here, it is also a time that makes the area grow economically. After the hurricane, this area took a hit, but now it's on a surprising comeback. And Boone Chamber of Commerce President David Jackson tells us the outlook for the summer is even greater.
The minute that Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, even down into Greenville, South Carolina, over to Knoxville, when those areas hit the 90s, all those people are here. Now, flipping around on the winter side again for 1 second, this was the best the ski industry has been in decades, and it came at the right time. When we have periods of milder weather, when the ski resorts do not behave as well, there are businesses that actually benefit from that. The economic boost that we got from that in January and February kept a lot of businesses functioning. Where if we would have had a warm winter, that would have been very difficult for survival for some of them, quite honestly.
And now we are hopeful for summer tourism to provide another boost to the economic state of the high country. Following Hurricane Helene, many high country businesses lost out during the time they expected to make profit. Local businesses and restaurants were not the only ones who suffered as a result of the hurricane. The average home income did too. Harry Davis, an economic professor at App State, tells us more.
So there are lots of tourist jobs, and that's where most of our people work, I guess, other than the ones for the university or in the school system. So we have very low unemployment. The drawback is that our median family household income in the high country is not very high because so many of our jobs are tourists.
And while the high country is still feeling the effects of Hurricane Helene, many local businesses are continuing to recover and rebuild from the storm's damage. Among those rising from the rubble are two small businesses making a strong comeback. Over Yonder and Grandpa Joe's are both finding ways to reinvent themselves and serve their communities once again. In the wake of Hurricane Helene, Boone's small business are navigating a challenging landscape. Over Yonder, a beloved restaurant in Valley Crucis, closed its doors in January due to financial strains from the storm. Now, Chef Andy Long is reimagining the establishment as Over Yonder Boone at Rhodes Motor Lodge, bringing Appalachian cuisine to a new setting.
And we've been thinking about moving to Boone for a long time, and then after Hurricane Helene hit, it just seemed like the right time for us to start making moves.
But we still want it to feel like home when you walk in the door, and making a motor lodge feel like home, I think, is their goal as well. If you have a vision and a community around you and you are a part of that community, they will follow you if you have to relocate.
But for others, the path to recovery has been a little less straightforward. While Over Yonder found new life at Rhodes Motor Lodge, others like Grandpa Joe's had to start from scratch.
It wasn't an established business at that time. It was just, every weekend I would show up there and I would sell my fudge and I would make lunch for people and sell salads and things like that that were easy to do. And then when the hurricane came through, it knocked it flat. I got a real small grant. It was I think $6,000 from Global Empowerment. I didn't want to dip into my retirement money, but there wasn't anything available for what I needed. So I kept going past this building here, and it was vacant. It had a kitchen. Here I am. I haven't done any marketing, so for that, I feel like business has been good.
In the aftermath of disaster, these small business owners aren't just recovering, they're reinventing what resilience looks like in the heart of the high country. App State played a critical role in helping this area recover after Hurricane Helene.
And it was in part due to the effort of then interim Chancellor Heather Norris.
The Chancellor has been official for a few months now, and she is eager to keep helping not only Appalachian State University, but its community as well. Joseph Weber spoke to Dr. Heather Norris.
It's my honor to nominate Dr. Heather Norris.
In whatever position I'm in, I'm there to help the people around me. I'm there to help others be successful. My success is revealed by the success of our faculty, staff, and students. It's that I'm serving as a servant leader and that I'm making sure that our faculty, staff, and students have the resources they need and the support they need to be able to be successful in the classroom, because that really is at the core of why I do what I do each and every day. It's why I first wanted to go into higher education, because I care about students and their success. I try to get out where you are and invite you in where we can, but I also want to hear, what are the things we can improve? How can we help more? What can we do better? So I appreciate the open dialogue and the opportunities to have those conversations. I did set about some work early on in the days as interim chancellor, reestablishing great relationships, boosting morale on campus with our faculty, staff, and students, and reaching out to our community partners and re-engaging with them and having very positive, productive conversations and continuing in those relationships and really being good partners for everybody that cares about this place, be that Appalachian State proper, Boone, the town, or Watauga County or Western North Carolina. So continuing in that work in the last 30 days has been very important to me. We really do want to preserve that culture of caring and that culture of support. You know, it's about, again, the people, making sure that we have the supports you need, but also excellence in faculty and staff and providing them with the support they need to be successful, because ultimately their success helps you be successful too.
From spicy tacos to saucy crispy wings and breakfast that'll make you a morning person, AWN is serving up flavor all summer long.
If it's delicious, locally loved, and worth the drive, we're there, and you're coming with us. In fact, we have a little food battle royale when we return to AWN Summer Show.
Education is vital for growth and progress. What we learn shapes our future and the world that lies before us. That's why App State keeps advancing our founding mission of access to academic excellence. New programs provide new opportunities. New facilities open new doors for faculty and students. Tomorrow's solutions can be found here today. Here at the premier public undergraduate institution in the Southeast, here at App State.
Welcome back to Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Brian Alonso, and we talked a lot about the market and economy around the area. But honestly, let's forget about that and let's talk about something fun and delicious. In specific, let's talk about Mexican restaurants, as there's many different types of restaurants around the area. So we asked some people what their favorite Mexican restaurant is.
Favorite Mexican restaurant in Boone's got to be Los Arco Iris.
I would say Dos. Los is also my favorite.
It's got to be La Monarca. They're so good.
Los Arcoiris, Dos Amigos, and La Monarca. So many different types of Mexican restaurants in the area. But honestly, which one is the best out of all three? to figure that out, I think I'm going to need some help.
You're right, Brian, and I'm here to help. And that's why we're here to check out Tequila La Monarca and just really see why people in Boone love this place.
La Monarca is pretty small. When you first walk in, you'll see their ice cream bar and a wall showing their desserts and other specialty items. But to your right is a small window for ordering. I got tacos al pastor and quesadillas to eat, and horchata and Mexican Coke to drink. And overall, it was very good. The next was the very popular Los Arcoiris. This place was much bigger than La Monarca. At a similar price, Los also gave fantastic food and service with a little bit more portion sizes. I ordered 2 crunchy beef tacos and a side of rice, and overall, Los is hard to beat, but I still think La Monarca is much better. But now we move on to our next restaurant, Dos Amigos with Brian.
The place is similar in size compared to Los Arcoiris. I decided to try the choripollo and get an agua de horchata. The service was fast and good, but can't say the same for the food. The food had too much salt and too much seasoning. Only one of the sauces that they gave me was good. The rest were bad compared to the other restaurants. Overall, it was alright, but wouldn't be my first choice. What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brian?
Hey, how was Los Arcoiris?
You know, pretty average. Not too good, not too bad. Just some food that fills you up, you know, hits the spot.
Yeah, I went to Dos Amigos. I've been to Los before. I'm going to say it's worse than Los Arcoiris.
Oh, really? Dude, I just got back from this place, La Monarca. If you're disappointed with Dos, you're really going to like La Monarca. Really fresh food, really well seasoned. A ton of stuff they don't have on the menu at Los or Dos. And honestly, I think you'd really love it.
You know, Dos Amigos is such a disappointment that I have to eat something better. So I think if you want to go, let's go to La Monarca.
Dude, I'm still hungry. I could do a second lunch.
All right, let's head out.
All right.
Now we have the best in Boone, according to the Appalachian. Students and members of the community were allowed to vote.
Categories were split between Best of Food, Best of Lifestyle, Best of App State Campus Life, and an Alumni section. Now, let's see what you all think is the best in Boone.
Best bar, we got Lily's Snack Bar. Best food truck, El Taqueriendo, I think that's how you pronounce it. And best coffee, Espresso News. Best wings, River Street Ale House. And best pizza, Lost Province Brewing Company.
And then for our local eats, we have the Local on Howard Street with a big, beautiful patio. It's hard to miss. Then we have on North Depot Street, we have Lost Province. South Depot Street, we have Black Cat Burrito. You can make all kinds of cool customizations on your quesadilla, burrito, whatever you'd like. And then we have the Farm Cafe on King Street. Finishing up, we have the Peddling Pig on Highway 105, which is the best barbecue you can get in the high country. It's a taste of tradition with a whole lot of heart. One local restaurant is built on family roots and flaky layers. Betty's Biscuits has quickly become a community favorite, but the story behind the name is what really rises to the top.
My colleague, Emma Tuss, sat down with the owner, who is not even Betty herself, to learn how one woman's legacy continues to inspire every bite.
Betty's Biscuits isn't just serving up Southern comfort. It's also serving up a story of family and legacy. Come with me behind the counter to learn about the woman who started it all.
Betty is my grandmother on my mother's side, and she was a grandmother to 5 and just a really important person in our life. So Betty was my grandmother. Anything kind of goes, you know, as long as it is safe and fun and respectful. It's kind of the best part about Betty's, and my grandmother sort of treated us like that. She let us push the limits. I really don't want anyone ever in my kitchens cooking in a bad mood. And that translates out the door, you know what I mean? Your demeanor and your willingness to be kind is the butterfly effect. That can go out and do a lot more than what you would ever imagine handing a biscuit across the counter, you know? It can seem really simple and easy what we do, but it can have a larger effect. I think she would be so proud. And you know, these photos on the walls are all of our grandmothers, and I think women hold a lot of wisdom in the world. And I think as you age as a woman, that wisdom can sometimes be overlooked, and that's a shame. That's a cultural shift that I think we need to make. And I think she'd be really proud to think that her time with us in the kitchen as kids transformed into something that is affecting other people in a broader sense. I think she would dig it.
For Tina Houston, Betty's Biscuits is more than just a business. It's a love letter to her past and a gift to her community. While the recipe may be secret, the love behind it is something that everyone can taste. That was a pretty good package. I thought that was pretty good, honestly. With tons of restaurants around, you might have trouble deciding where to go on your next time out for lunch or dinner.
And that's why we're here to help you figure out where with 5 of our local favorite restaurants around Boone.
Found on Howard Street with a huge patio you can't miss, the Local has a little bit of everything from every culture with a high country twist.
And around the block from the Local is another favorite, Lost Province on Depot Street north of King. Known for their wonderful wood-fried pizzas and a taproom for the 21-plus crowd full of locally made beers, you may have just found your new favorite pizza place.
On Depot, south of King, is Black Cat Burrito, where you can build your own taco, burrito, or quesadilla with more creative options than you can think of.
And in the heart of King Street is the Farm Cafe, which serves a good purpose and good food. Open only for lunch between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. The Farm Cafe offers a rotating menu of home-cooked favorites with the menu for each day posted on their website.
And the last place on our list is the Peddlin' Pig down Highway 105, which offers some of the best barbecue you can find in the high country.
So does all this talk about food get you hungry?
Honestly, yeah, a little bit. Well, I think it has some of our crew hungry as well. Let's head out to River Street Ale House to meet up with Professor Bob and his color commentator, Lil Bobby, as they get set to call a live wing eating contest with some of our crew.
On Thursdays at River Street Ale House. And that's where we are today. A battle bigger than the World Cup, the World Series, and World War II combined. Live from Boone, North Carolina, it's the AWN Wing Eating Competition on App TV. If it's almost TV, we got it here. Hello, everybody. I am Bob, and alongside of me, my partner in crime is Little Bobby.
I'm doing pretty good here today, Bob. Excited to see some epic wing eating challenge go underway.
It is a monumental task for infamy today, the wing eating competition. But we have some rules.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. There are some rules for this competition. So basically, each competitor has 12 wings in front of them. They have 2 minutes to complete all the wings in front of them. If they both finish, whoever finishes their wings first is declared the champion. However, we will be judging the wings after they are eaten. If they do not fully consume the wings that they are eating, they will be docked half a wing if they don't fully complete it.
It is a true human test of indulgence today. J.D. Rogers, Brian Alonzo, are you ready, guys? Yes. Here we go. The timer by Little Bobby is coming out. On the count of 3, we will begin. 3, 2, 1, go. What is the strategy you're seeing right now early on?
Well, right now you can just see both of them just going all the way in there, right, Bob. They're just completely going in, especially JD on the right. He's doing a great job.
We're going to peek in right here. We see 2 down for JD, but I believe we might have a penalty already for Brian Alonzo.
It is looking awfully close to being docked by the judge's discretion on if that will be considered a fully eaten wing. That can come back to bite him as it goes on.
Still a minute 30 left in this competition. JD just took a little swig. JD, do you have a comment? No, he does not have a comment right now.
He does not have a comment at all right now, Bob. He's doing a great job right there, eating the wings really quickly. But Brian's also eating very quickly, but not taking as much off of the bone, as we mentioned earlier.
Brian talked a big game coming into this one. A lot of people considered him the favorite, but right now, JD trying to rebound.
He is doing a great job right there, Bob. He is rebounding really well. I think he's doing a little bit more of the ranch tactic compared to Brian, which is really helping him.
You know, JD told me that he could have done, if they were boneless, 24 wings. He predicted 12 here. I don't know if he's going to get to that mark.
I don't think he's going to get to the mark either, Bob. Now we're under the halfway point, about 50 seconds left in the entire thing.
So, 45 seconds left. Brian, are you having some difficulty?
I'm not going to.
He can't talk right now. Just don't choke on a bone, okay? All right, just make sure. But, Bobby, I'm telling you what, we're getting down to the final 30 seconds here, and these guys are losing steam.
They really are losing some steam right here, Bob. They are really slowing down, especially Brian. You could definitely feel the brakes in him right now.
And that is from the Department of Redundancy Department. Quick wing eating, but they're slowing down. JD, a little bobble right there. That might cost him here at the River Street Ale House.
They do, especially now that we are at 10 seconds remaining in the competition. They have to lock in and dig deep.
Count them down, Bobby.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wings down.
All right, let's determine. The buzzer has gone off, and I can tell you by just this we have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 penalties here, and only 1, 2, 3, 4 wings eaten. So that's a total of 6 overall for Brian. I can't believe I just touched his wings. Anyway, over here, Bobby, how many do we have?
So overall, 8 completed. I would say that there is one right here we might have to dock a point off of to make it 7.5 total wings for my personal judgment.
But that means J.D. Rogers will live in infamy as the inaugural AWN wing eating champion right here at River Street Ale House in Boone, North Carolina. 75-cent wings every Thursday, traditional style here at the River Street Ale House. Back to you.
Wow, what a competition. I don't think I could ever do something like that.
You don't think you could eat that many wings, Matthew?
Absolutely not. Unless I didn't eat for a whole month, maybe. But a big congratulations to JD. I wonder what the trophy is for that. Much more coming up on our summer show.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales. Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight. Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the A Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no. That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
What once were rows of crops are now hallways for growing our future. The old ways that served generations before are now the perfected paths of tomorrow. These mountains have always called to the pathfinder, the trailblazer, the innovator. The faces and structures may change, but one thing remains constant: access to higher education, here and always at App State.
Let's go! To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow! A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Emma, one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future, and we have a little of that going on with some of the students at App State.
That's true. Some Appalachian State students are racing toward sustainability with solar-powered innovation. In fact, Ellis Snap tells us Team Sunergy is putting Boone on the map, one sun-fueled mile at a time.
Hey guys, so I'm actually in the Team Sunergy garage right now, right here with Rose, their current competitive car, and I'd love to show you guys, but they're actually building a new car right now, but it's top secret stuff. Now, what I can show you is this is the first ever solar car they made. It was out of a golf cart, but let's go back to the beginning and see what even is a solar car in the first place.
Team Sunergy is a group of students that design, build, and race solar cars against every big engineering school in the country and internationally.
An electric car at its base, but the electricity is not coming from a wall or a power plant, it's coming from the sun.
We have Rose behind us, and you can maybe kind of see on the back side, we have our rear solar array.
That solar gain is stored in a battery, and then we run off the storage from that battery, just like any electric car.
I was working with a group of students at the time in Transportation Systems 2188. They chose the most challenging path that required a shop, resources, lots of student time and effort. That group of students developed the first Team Synergy. They took a golf cart that was a Harley-Davidson three-wheeler, two-stroke, 1970 model. I don't know how old it was. They converted it to electric from 3 wheels to 4 wheels and made it solar. And that's what we still have out in the shop here today.
Our main goal is to prove that solar energy and solar transportation is possible and potentially a viable solution going forward. We get together with schools all across America and internationally to compete in challenges, to test what cars we have built and designed, and to try out new engineering design processes and problems to build the best and most efficient solar vehicle possible.
It's a great experience to be able to race against other teams, but it is calculated and it is very precise. It's a very different style of driving than is required than other motorsports.
The effort they put into it inspires me daily. I can remember when I was their age and thinking about, had the life by the horns. The students are responsible for designing the car, building the car, competing with the car, the logistics of getting to the hotels or the camping spots. They're responsible for everything about the program. I'm just there to try to keep them safe.
We did a 3-day track race called FSGP in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we finished second place in that, beating our rivals at that time, Minnesota, which was a big deal. That was an amazing race. We got to help other teams work on their cars and just get on track. And we met so many amazing people and got to grow and work under pressure as a team, which set us up for success when we were on the road for the American Solar Challenge, where we raced from Nashville to Casper, Wyoming. And that was a long race. It was a grueling 8 days, and it got up to 125 degrees in the car at one point. With me and Ariana, we both got out with heat exhaustion. That was a great time. But we managed to finish second place and win a stage stop at the end, which was an amazing surprise for the team. And we got to see that hard work really pay off. That was a big deal.
Team Synergy is not only about the solar car, it's about the team experience, and it's about the community that we build here. We spend so much time together. You learn how to work on a team. You learn how to work with people that you never would find yourself interacting with, and that is something that we will all take into our careers.
My favorite part about being this team is seeing everybody come together in moments of hardship and triumph, and we can turn and burn.
We're a bunch of really passionate nerds. We love what we do more than anybody else at this university, and I think I could say that comfortably. We strive for innovation, and we love this planet and the environment, and we want to do what we can to protect it, but at the same time, we love building things. We love doing new things that nobody else has done before, and this experience is just invaluable. I don't know that I have specific words for it, because you can't find it anywhere else, and it, to me, really, I would say is just my home, and is everything to me. We don't have an engineering school here, but it pushes our students to use their brains in ways they've never been required to use them, for problem solving, for leadership, for teamwork, for technical skills. We've never been exercised naturally in these ways, and this really pushes us to be better people and do better things and really, really make an impact known. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of.
It gives the opportunity for students to demonstrate their abilities on a real product at a national or international level of competition, and it really sets us apart. Shows where we rank with other schools. We're in competitions with MITs of the world and UC Berkeley's, and we have beaten them in the competition.
We are trying to engineer something that's never been done before. So ultimately, we're trying to push this technology as far as it'll go.
We are pushing the envelope. We are driving into the future with this.
Well, that looked pretty competitive, but are you competitive, Matthew?
Of course I am. And we know some of our crew is too, so we set them out on a mission to find unique things to challenge each other with during the summer in our area.
Well, our crew found rock climbing right in the middle of downtown Boone at Rock Dimensions. I can't wait to watch this.
For this next competition, we're going to be going rock climbing. 4 of us will be put into 2 teams and then try to go up this 40-foot tower as fast as we can. Whichever team has the fastest time overall wins.
The first one up was Matthew.
Attaboy, Matthew.
After reaching the top, Matthew's final time was 1 minute and 9 seconds. Next up, it was Emma's turn.
Here we go.
Emma's official time was 1 minute and 37 seconds. The third one up was Andrew.
Nicely done. Got it.
Already having some experience, Andrew had a time of 48 seconds. And lastly, it was my turn. My time ended up being the same as Matthew's, 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Dang.
With me and Andrew going against Matthew and Emma, we ended up having the best time of 1 minute and 57 seconds.
That was some pretty good climbing, honestly. I just wanted to let everyone know that we are going to say goodbye to my co-anchor, Matthew. We're going to be welcoming in Michael Garrity and for the remainder of the show. So we're going to let Matthew take a break, and we'll be right back.
Education is vital for growth and progress. What we learn shapes our future and the world that lies before us. That's why App State keeps advancing our founding mission of access. Education is vital for growth and progress. What we learn shapes our future and the world that lies before us. That's why App State keeps advancing our founding mission of access to academic excellence. New programs provide new opportunities. New facilities open new doors for faculty and students. Tomorrow's solutions can be found here today. Here at the premier public undergraduate institution in the Southeast, here at App State.
As temperatures rise, so does the risk of heat-related illnesses. So we have some things that you should remember. According to the Mayo Clinic, staying hydrated is key. Aim for at least 8 cups of water a day, if not 10 to 15, and more if you're active outdoors. Avoid direct sun between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., and don't forget sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher. Lightweight, light-colored clothing can also help you stay cool. And remember, never leave children or pets in parked cars, even for a minute. Stay smart and stay safe this summer.
Tell you what, I'm hot just standing under these lights in the Beasley Media Complex.
Well, things are going to get fired up even more right now because this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The world-famous weathercaster Jordan Luker joins us now to give us the scoop on what to expect this summer.
Well, I wouldn't say world famous, guys. That's giving me a little too much credit. But, you know, Boone is most well known for its gorgeous views and rolling mountains. But did you know it's actually a temperate rainforest? Well, I did, but I know a lot of people don't. But with all that rain, surely comes a load of storms and lightning. Well, I'm here to give you 3 ways to keep yourself dry and protected from the heavy weather. The best way to stay dry is to stay inside, kick your feet up, and stay indoors. But let's be honest, you're in Boone, you're not going to be doing that. If you're out in a storm, always stay low. The higher you are above ground, the higher the risk is of lightning strikes. Keep in mind the 30-30 rule. 30 seconds or less between flash and thunder means a storm is coming and is close enough to be dangerous. Also wait at least 30 minutes after the last thunderclap to resume your outdoor activities. Now, real quick, we just have our monthly weather here for May, June, July, and August. I made sure not to hit the wall this time. For May, it's going to be high of 69 around the average for the month of May, low of 47. Remember, this is the average taken into the month for every day. For June, it's going to be high of 76, low of 55 average for around that month. July, it rises up to 78, low of 59. And then finally, August, it's a high of 77 and a low of 58. Back to you guys.
Summer may just be getting started, but there's a lot to look forward to in the fall. Boone is known for attracting a lot of tourism during this time of year, and who can blame them?
Whether it's going on the Blue Ridge Parkway to see the leaves change color or checking out all the different festivals, Boone has a lot to offer.
Looking ahead into September, there is the Blue Bear Music Festival, which offers a unique blend of live music, camping, and family-friendly activities.
In October, there is Boone-Toberfest happening right in downtown Boone. This festival brings arts, performances, and lots of other festivities for everyone to enjoy.
There's also Oktoberfest, themed food, local craft beers, and seasonal competition.
Other popular fall festivals include the Boone Heritage Festival and the Valley Country Fair.
There is also the Woolly Worm Festival, held annually in Banner Elk. This family-friendly event features races where worms compete to determine the forecast for winter. This event has been held since 1978.
Sounds a lot like Groundhog Day in Pennsylvania in the spring. Don't worry, we've got a lot more on our summer show. In fact, tucked away in the hills and hugged by the horizon, the high country's best-kept secrets might be in plain sight.
From off-the-beaten-path shops to waterfalls, you've got to see it to believe it. We're uncovering the hidden gems that make this mountain magic when we return.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales.
Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight. Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello, and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the A Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
What once were rows of crops are now hallways for growing our future. The old ways that served generations before are now the perfected paths of tomorrow. These mountains have always called to the pathfinder, the trailblazer, the innovator. The faces and structures may change, but one thing remains constant: access to higher education, here and always at App State.
Let's go!
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Welcome back. It's time for Hidden Gems in the High Country, a look at some of the area's best-kept secrets. From scenic hikes and waterfalls to locally loved shops, our crew hit the spots of all the charm and adventure the High Country has to offer.
The first time I'd ever seen an alpaca before, and
It was an experience where everything disappeared except for me and that alpaca. I locked eyes with this alpaca and I thought, man, that's the coolest animal I've ever seen. I want to raise those. And that's where the idea started.
Established in 2003, Apple Hill Farm is an alpaca farm located at the top of a mountain in Banner Elk. From fluffy alpacas to llamas, goats, donkeys, dogs to greet you and to walk with you throughout the farm and more, this hidden gem in the high country encourages visitors to get back in touch with what is real.
Our mission is to connect people with animals, basically. We want to give people an experience of a farm that they wouldn't have any other way, and teach them a little bit about farming and our animals.
When Hurricane Helene hit the high country, Banner Elk was one of the areas that was most impacted.
The impact was really big for us. We had lots of trees down. So we count that we have over between 80 and 100 trees down. We had probably 40 on one of our fences that we had to get off the fence in order to secure the animals. And we're still not back to pre-Helene levels with our business.
Despite it all, the farm still has high hopes and big plans for this summer, including the expected delivery of several baby alpacas, a new storefront in downtown Banner Elk, and baby goat yoga every Friday in July at 5 p.m.
I'm here with my good friends Phantom and Blackjack here in Apple Hill Farm and Banner Elk. This farm invites people to connect closer with nature, quite literally, as well as tours, goat feeding opportunities, and more.
It's really magical being here, and it's life-changing for a lot of people, and the best is when they don't expect to have their life changed.
There's an element of being in touch with a farm and being in touch with that side of real life that is life-changing, even just to come for a tour.
Isn't that beautiful? As you can see, Apple Hill Farm has a little bit of something for everyone. So next time you're in the area in Banner Elk, why don't you stop on by? You might even meet an alpaca. Now,
Thank you, Jenna. Those are some really cool alpacas. I'll definitely have to make my way over there sometime later. But for right now, we're at the Rocky Knob Mountain Bike Trail. And to my right over here, you have a scenic overlook. But behind me, you have 3 different cool attractions for those of you who love adventure and love the outdoors. First, we got several different trails ranging from 1 mile to 4 miles. And for those of you who may not want to bike, back here we have a brand new skate park. And then for those of you who want to drop off your children, we have a new playground. Tons of things for you to do out here, tons of adventure for you to have, tons of jumps, tons of other things. And right here we have, and so if you're looking for something to do this summer in the high country, make your way down to Rocky Knob Mountain Bike Park and check out all the cool trails, and even get yourself some sun, some air, some adrenaline pumping, and anything else that you can think of down here. And if you really don't like biking, there's even a few cool hiking trails that you can do as well. And right next, we're gonna have Cara Day.
We're from Phoenix, Arizona. We have been eyeing North Carolina as a place to live for a long time, and so we just decided to come visit because we wanted to see how beautiful it was. So yeah, we're just kind of taking it in. As an Arizona girl, it's kind of a lot.
Although Hurricane Helene caused devastation to many areas around Blowing Rock, North Carolina, Glen Burnie Trail is now open to the public. Visitors from around the world can enjoy the beautiful mountain views and breathtaking waterfalls that make this trail a beloved destination.
Your country is spectacular. I mean, your views are amazing. We have some lovely treks. We trekked and trailed in Cotswolds, which was beautiful, just before we came here. Yeah, I mean, we haven't got the elevation really that you've got, that I know of in the UK, that we've done trailing. But here it's just stunning, yeah.
Well, we love the fact that it was right in the middle of town. It's like literally completely hidden. I was expecting it to be just like a short walk, but it was like a real hike, so that was fun.
This 3.2-mile round trip starts off deceptively easy. Steep sections, slippery rocks, and exposed routes make the trek much more demanding than meets the eye.
My wife's a bit concerned about the rocks being a bit slippery and a bit rugged.
And I did wonder whether there was going to be some scrambling over rocks, which is the bit that scares me.
I've had a great day getting some sun and learning all about Glen Burnie Trail. Now we're going to pass it over to Greer Hodge off the Blue Ridge Parkway for a more, well, moderate hike.
I'm Greer Hodge, bringing you the next hidden gem located right off the Blue Ridge Parkway. Daniel Boone Fork Trail is a 5.5-mile moderate loop accessible to most of the family. It has been closed for a period of time due to the hurricane, but it's expected to reopen in the middle of summer, just in time for the perfect weather that we've been having here in the high country. If you don't want to hike, here at this location, there's so many other options. There's picnic tables, tent camping sites to hang out with friends and family, and there's even grills. If you want to cool off, fish, there's also water, a creek that goes around most of the area as well. There are also plenty other hiking options located within the Julian Price Memorial area. There's over a dozen. Now, I'm going to throw it to Ella Snap, who is in downtown Blowing Rock, with your next fun adventure for this summer.
18 years ago, Bullock & Traditions Pottery opened in downtown Blowing Rock, but this tradition has been going on a lot longer than just 18 years.
We are generational, like I'm a 6th generation potter. My parents worked for my grandparents in Seagrove, North Carolina, and as potters. So I was always in a pottery shop, and just growing up, I learned how to do it when I was really young, and then as I got older, I just knew I wanted to do it. It's all handmade, about 3 miles from here, or I tell them about my uncle in Seagrove, and he made a lot of it. We carry our pottery and my parents' pottery and an uncle's pottery.
I come here all the time. I've always been into family businesses. I think my entire life I've worked for family-owned businesses or local places, and I think that that's what community is all about.
It's very gratifying. A lot of people come in, they know about us. The response is we always love to come in. We love to take a piece of Blowing Rock home with us. They love the handmade aspect of it. I love the art of it.
The fact that it is a local business. I love the pottery. I have a lot of the pottery that you guys have, but I have been coming for years to buy these scrubbies. I started out buying them some years back for stocking stuffers, and now I have to buy them every time I come, which is why I'm here today.
You're always learning, so it's like playing a guitar. You'll get better and better at it, as you practice it, or you'll always learn something from it. I've been throwing pots for 50 years, and I still want to do something new.
This place is perfect for pottery, gifts, art, jewelry, and even a little friend if you need one in the morning. So make sure to check out this hidden gem in the high country.
Summer in the high country is heating up with music, markets, and a whole lot of fun. We've got your guide to events coming your way, so grab your calendar and your sunscreen and let's take a look. Every Saturday morning, stroll through the Watauga, Ashe County, and West Jefferson farmers markets, where there is fresh produce, local crafts, and mountain charm. On May 17th, the Boonerang Battle of the Bands kicks off at 5 p.m. at Boonshine Brewing. Local talent, local beer, and a good time. Starting June 6th, enjoy live music every Thursday at the Jones House from 7 to 10 p.m. And head to Banner Elk Park at 6:30 starting July 26th for more great shows under the stars. And July 4th and 5th, celebrate Christmas in July in downtown West Jefferson. 2 days of holiday fun right in the middle of the summer.
Get jazzy at the High Country Jazz Festival July 13th through the 15th. And don't miss the high-flying canines and flight frisbee dogs at Tweetsie Railroad, July 19th to 21st and July 24th to 27th. Raise a glass at the High Country Beer Fest on August 23rd, craft brews and mountain views. There is a lot to do in the high country this summer, so take time to soak it all up.
Looking to play some golf this summer? The High Country of Boone is home to some of North Carolina's most scenic and challenging golf courses.
From mountain backdrops to cool summer fairways, we're teeing up all the top spots to play. Our team couldn't get to all the courses, but Michael Garrity and David Katzenmeyer discuss some of the best.
As we've seen, there's a ton of fun things to do in the high country, but it doesn't get better than a good old round of golf. We're going to the 3 closest golf courses to Boone, North Carolina, and here we are in Newland at Mountain Glen. Located in Newland, North Carolina, Mountain Glen has been open since 1964 as one of the first affordable golf courses available in Avery County. We found this layout to be great for beginners and experienced players, with a lot of high-risk, high-reward opportunity, especially on the front nine.
Come on.
Off the golf course, the hospitality was fantastic, both in the pro shop and at the grill, with Mountain Glen claiming to have one of the best burgers in all of Western North Carolina. This is the second most expensive course that we visited. However, if you've never played it before, it's a great track and a great time.
Boone Golf Club is located only 5 minutes away from the App State campus and is touted as one of the premier courses in the high country. Boone Golf Club opened in 1959 and continues to provide a fun, open layout with minimal elevation change. It's known for its consistent course conditions, which remain pristine in the peak months of the year. And while Boone was the most expensive course that we visited, you're paying for a high-quality experience that includes great views of the surrounding town and the mountain peaks.
Nestled in the hills of West Jefferson, Mountain Air provides players drastic elevation change and beautiful views, making it one of the most unique golf courses in the high country. We found this to be the most challenging of the 3 courses that we played. However, the views that it provides are second to none. This course has a plethora of unique holes, including hole 3, which overlooks the Ashe County skyline and beyond. Mountain Air was the cheapest course out of the 3 that we played, so if you're coming up to the high country this summer, this should be on your radar. Overall, you can't go wrong with any of these courses, as each provides their own unique perspective on mountain golf. For each course, we found that one thing major stood out. For Mountain Glen, it was the hospitality. For Boone Golf Club, it was the pristine conditions. And for Mountain Air, it was the beautiful views. There are also 2 other courses worth mentioning that you can go play in the high country this summer: Linville Land Harbor and Sugar Mountain. Due to the impacts of Hurricane Helene, Linville Land Harbor has 9 holes open on their front 9, and Sugar Mountain plans to have 9 holes available by the second weekend of May.
Now that we've shown you 3 great golf courses in the high country, it's up to you now to grab a buddy, hit the links, and have some fun. Grab your clubs and grab your sunscreen. It's party time. Coming up, we're heading to the green for some fun in the sun.
Some of our very own journalists are trading the camera for a caddy in this week's Friendly Golf Showdown. Who's teeing off and who's favored to win? Find out when we return on AWN.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales.
Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight. Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of The A Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no. That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
Last season for App State women's basketball was a journey marked by determination, growth, and team spirit. With new head coach Alora Sharp and hard-fought battles on the court to stand out individual performances, the Mountaineers showed grit and promise. As the season unfolded, it became clear that this team is building something special for the future and emphasizing the motto, rare air.
The process going from Presbyterian College to App State was, it's always bittersweet when you leave a program. It's only bitter for a while because then when you get to Boone and you meet all your new family, right? The pride in the black and gold runs really, really deep. You meet your new players, you start building relationships with them, you create a vision for your new program, and then you start going and you lay a foundation and you start building your culture, and it's just a lot of fun.
she just had the same goals as me. Wanted to win, hard worker, have a good work ethic and everything, and I just like that about her. Also, like, just the whole school and everything, I really liked it because I was coming from D2 and I wanted to play like on a big scene, and I kind of felt this was the right fit for me.
It didn't take much selling. Coach Sharp, she's a winner and she knows what she wants, and I knew I'd fit in the system here. I'm a scorer, I can play defense, and that's what she needed from me, and after that I was just sold.
Like, she never gave up from us. Even though if we would have a tough game, we would lose, we would win, she would never give up. She would always come with the same energy. Just wanting me to shoot the ball, coming off the screens, doing what I can for the team. Just always talking to me, giving me feedback, what I can do better, what I'm doing better, where did I like grow up like in my game. I don't know, just her like talk with her, conversations that made me feel like comfortable here.
I've really stepped into a leadership role, and I hope to continue to do that next year as a senior, and defensively as well. She has just made me such a better defender, stuff I never knew I was capable of doing.
In the high country of Boone, it's more than just elevation that sets Appalachian State apart. For the women's basketball program, success is measured in effort, grit, and growth. They're chasing something higher, something they call rare air.
It means that this is something special, that we have different culture than everybody else, and that when people come here, they can feel the difference between us and them. Just different standards, and also like we're on the mountain, you know, elevation and everything. So I would just kind of say it's like a different vibe, different culture.
We want to be rare. I think, you know, you wake up every day and everybody has the opportunity to be average, which is really human nature. You know, just kind of go through life and wake up and go to work and just be average. And we really want to talk to our players and recruits about being different, about living your life on a different level, raising your standards of your work ethic, your togetherness, all the things that make a great basketball team. And it's been fun. I think there's no better place to be rare. It's just so different here. It's beautiful. The people, the black and gold, the pride. There's just so many things about App State that make it rare, and it just really lines up perfectly with the program and the culture.
That was a great package. Shout out to Chris Tora and Caroline Clark.
It really was, and now we're going to move to the golf course, where a competitive competition went down at Mountain Air Golf Club between some of our crew. It was a 2 versus 2 alternate shot challenge on some of the most scenic holes in the high country that made for a great test of skill. Let's head over to the golf course and see who takes the win in the AWN Summer Golf Competition.
Welcome to the AWN Golf Competition. Emma and David taking on Mike and Greer. Both of the opening tee shots ended up in the fairway, and Emma and Greer set up David and Mike for their third shots following. David ended up putting one off to the right side while Mike put it right next to the green. However, a great shot from Emma put David in a great position to put it close to the pin and have a putt off for the win. With the pressure on, both teams were able to drain their putt to score a 7, which means we go to a playoff hole. We move on to the par 3 7. David put his tee shot over the back of the green, while Mike came up just a tad short. After good chips, both teams were looking at short putts for 4, but Emma and Greer couldn't sink their putts, meaning we're headed to sudden death. On the 9th hole at Mountain Air, Emma and Greer compete in a chip-off. Closest to the hole wins the competition. Greer struck it well, but hit it just a little bit too hard, meaning if Emma can get it closer to the pin, she wins. And just like that, after a playoff and sudden death, Emma and David beat Mike and Greer.
That is all we have for you today. We really appreciate everybody tuning in. It has been a wonderful semester.
It's been so great. It's been such an honor. It's really been great. Thank you guys for watching.
And thank you, everybody. Like she said, have a great summer and make sure to check out all the wonderful activities.
Hags, everyone.